Hello everyone, welcome to another exercise. This particular exercise is the ninth exercise in this series. So in this particular exercise, we'll be taking a look at this particular drawing. So to achieve this drawing, we'll be making use of our construction line. We'll be making use of the normal line too. Then circle, we'll be using array, we'll be doing fillet, trim, then also we'll be making use of layers, dimension, and gradient. So join me as we walk through this exercise. So when I open my AutoCAD drawing sheet, the very first step is the unit setting. So to do the units, type UN on your keyboard, enter, then change from inches to millimeters. Inches is usually the default setting. So change to millimeters. That's the first step. Then the next step is I will try and draw all my center lines. There are a lot of center lines in this drawing. So the center lines act as the structure for the drawing. So I'm going to draw my center lines. So you can see, you can identify the center lines. They are broken lines. You can see them as broken lines. So once you're able to do that, it will be easy for you to approach the drawing. So I'm going to draw the main vertical and horizontal center line first. To do that, I'll use construction line, vertical, another construction line, horizontal. So this is going to be acting as my main center line, then from which I'm going to draw other center lines. So I have another center line at a distance of 80. So I'm going to be using offset to do that. Offset, offset distance of 80. Select object, okay, down. So in case you are not seeing it, adjust your zoom. Offset distance of 80. Select object, then downwards. So just in case you cannot see that, adjust your zoom appropriately. Then next, I can see I have another center line, a circular center line of radius 64. I'm going to do that. Circle radius 64. Enter. All right. Okay, so next step for me is I have another center line, another circular center line here of radius 35. Circle radius 35. Okay, so what other center line do I have? Okay, yes, I can see some center line at an angle. I can see this center line at angle 30. Center line at angle 30. So I'm going to draw that. So line. Now I'll come to my polar tracking, activate angle 30. Activate angle 30. That will enable me to draw a line at angle 30. So now when you get to angle 30, now you can see your tracking lines showing at angle 30. So with that, I'm able to draw the center line at angle 30. Now I have another center line at angle 30 plus 60, 90, 90 plus 60, 150. I have another center line at angle 150. Okay, so line again at angle 150. My polar tracking should tell me once I'm at angle 150. Now I'm at angle 150. I'm able to draw this center line. So having drawn my center lines, now I can proceed with the main object. Now for the main object, I have two circles here, diameter 50 and another one, the inner one, and an outer one of radius 35. So that means I have two circles of radius 25 and radius 36. 25 and 36. Circle, radius 25, another circle of radius 36. Okay, I didn't pick the center line correctly. So I have to be 36. Okay. Okay, I think this first circle is not well drawn. My object snap, 25. Okay, now it's looking better. 25 and 36. All right, so next step is to draw this circle, diameter 30, radius 15, three copies of it, radius 15, circle of radius 15. So good, I have drawn the center line already. Good, I've done the center line already, so it should be on the center line. Radius 15, another copy, 15. We have 3 copies of it, radius 15. Okay, so now next I'm going to draw this outer circle of radius 96. Circle of radius 96. 96. Okay, now having drawn that, I'm going to be using my trim. I can see I have a lot of unnecessary lines here, so I'll be using trim to take off those lines. Okay, trim to take off unwanted lines. Using trim to take off unwanted lines. Okay, all right, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. So next, I'm going to navigate to the bottom part and draw the necessary objects. I have a circle of diameter 40, radius 20, then an outer one of radius 54. So radius 20 and radius 54, 2 circles. Circle, radius 20, another circle of radius 54. Let me be sure I'm picking the center point correctly, radius 54. Okay. Okay, now for the outer circle of radius 54, there's a line that connects it upwards. There's a line that connects it upward. So I'll be drawing the line, a vertical line. So I'm going to activate my auto to draw the vertical line that connects it upwards. So, okay, so now on trim, I will apply trim, trim. Okay, so I don't get confused with the drawing. All right, so I've applied my trim. Okay, the shape is coming out in bits. Now I have a fillet or an arc of radius 20 that links these two lines. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be using fillets, choose multiple, no trim option, radius of 20. Radius of 20. So I'm going to fillet this and with this with this. Then I'll trim off this portion. You see, I'll trim off these portions of the drawing. Okay, so now I'm going to be working more on this bottom region. I'm going to be working more on this bottom region. So now we have done this circle and this circle. So we need these 2 circles. We need these 2 objects, this object and this object here. Now, what information do I have? What information do I have to draw them? Okay, all right. So one information I have is I have an angle. I'm given this angle of 60. I'm given this angle of 60. So I have a center line of at this angle 60. But because AutoCAD measures angle in an anti-clockwise direction by default, so this 60 will be 180. Will be 180 minus 60, which is 120. So now I'll activate my polar tracking again at angle 120. So in order to get angle 120, I would activate 30. So 30 will give me angle 120. So now line at angle 120. Okay, let's 90. Angle 120. Angle 120. Okay, this is 150. So this is angle 120. Okay, I'm able to draw that line at angle 120. Okay, so now if I want to draw the next line is going to be at angle 120. If I had, okay, this is 180, measuring anti-clockwise from here in anti-clockwise direction. This is 180. So 180 plus 60, that is 240. So at angle 240, I should be able to get to this direction. So 240. So line 240 take me to this direction. Okay, so this 240. So I'm able to draw this other center line. Okay, now another information I have is I have a radius of 9, a radius of 9, a radius of 9 for this to make that connection, radius of 9. So circle radius 9 at this intersection, another circle of radius 9 at this intersection, radius 9, radius 9. So now I'm going to be connecting these two circles with an arc, with an arc. So actually to connect them, now, okay, now we were told, okay, now this is radius 9. So that means that the thickness of this is also 9. The thickness from here to here is 9. So now, since I have this circle, this centerline circle of radius 35, so if I had 4.5, which is half of this distance to 35, then I'll have 39.5. Or a very easy way for me to do it is I'll just do offset of this circle 4.5. So 4.5, I'll offset outward and inward at 4.5 to give me a total of 9. So I'm just going to use offset. To get the two arcs that connect the circle I've drawn, I'm going to be making use of offsets. I have the center line. The center line is radius 35. So it's radius 35. So I'm going to be doing offset of radius 9, offset of distance 9, outward and inward to connect these two circles. So I'm going to make use of offsets, offset distance of 9. So I'll offset this 9 outwards, offset 9 inwards. So now you can see with distance of 9, it's able to draw another circle for me that connects these two arcs. So I'm going to trim now. I'm going to trim off every unwanted parts, every unwanted object. Okay, so this is also an unwanted object created. Okay, all right, good. All right, good, good, good. Now you can see now I have the shape. I have the shape. I have the shape. Yes, the shape is out. So now to get this other part of the object, I'm going to be making use of my mirror. Mirror tool. Mirror is a modifying tool. So select mirror, select the object I'm interested in. I'm interested in mirroring just this particular object. So enter, select first point of mirror line. I'll use this point and this point as my mirror line. Erase object, no. Now by using mirror, I'm able to mirror this particular object to the other side. So with this, I'm done with this object. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be applying my layers. I'm going to be applying my layer property. So before I apply my layer property, I need to trim off unnecessary parts of my construction line. So I will draw a rectangle to create an intersection, then trim. Then I can now remove this rectangle I've drawn. Okay, yes. So now let's go to layers. Layers, create. Let me call this tick as usual. Then make the line width tick. Another one, center line, red color. Give it a center line. Find center line for my list. Center line. Okay. Then choose it here. Apply. Then I don't want it to be tick. All right, so I've done my layer property. Now I'm going to apply my settings. Select all, give it tick, give it the tick property. So the thickness is not showing. I would come to my drawing aid and click on show or hide line width. Show or hide line width is a drawing aid that's displayed downwards here. So just in case your show or hide line width is not visible, you can just come to this customization here and make sure that show or hide line width is Okay, is checked. Line width. Make sure it's checked so that this button can appear. So now show hide line width. Okay, next I'll select my center lines. I'll select all my center lines, all the center lines on my drawing, then group them under center lines. Okay, under center line. Okay, what else? Okay, these two are also center lines. So center line. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this. Okay, so now I have my center lines, but my center lines are not showing as broken lines. So I'm going to select one copy of it, right click, properties, change the line width to 10 or 15, enter. Okay, now it's showing as broken lines. So I want the same properties I just made to this to apply to others. So I'm going to be using MA on my keyboard, match property, MA, source object, which is this, then destination objects, which are the other ones I'll be selecting. So by doing this now, my center lines are appearing as broken lines, which is exactly what I want. Okay, good. Good. So now my drawing is looking like it's okay. I have another center line here. Mhm. Okay, so match property, MA, match property again. I'm applying this property to this object. Okay. Mm, okay. That's me just doing this. Then MA, match property to apply this property to this object and this object. Okay, so now I have the drawing. I have the drawing. So now next step is add my dimension. So I'll go and do my dimension setting, new dimension, new dimension, continue, then do my setting, dimension line color, use blue, symbol and arrow size 4, then text size 5, align horizontally, primary unit, I want it to be whole number, okay, and I'll set it as current, close. Now I can apply my dimension. So let me first do this dimension here. Let me apply this dimension here. Okay. Now to apply my dimension. Okay. Let me use linear. From here to here is 80, which is good. 80, yes, that is good. Then let me bring out this radius dimension. This radius 54, 35. Okay, all right. As stated here, as stated here, this fillet is of radius 20. This circle is radius 15. We have 3 copies of it. So I'm going to double click on this text here. Then I'm going to add 3. So 3 copies of that. Then this outer circle is radius 96. Okay. Center line radius 84. So what is linear from here to here is 108. 108. Okay. This is too far. 108. Okay, so what else do I have? Radius 96, another radius 35. Now this center line, okay, I've done that. Okay, so now I want to use um arc length to dimension this. So this line and this line. Okay, I'll be using angle to dimension this line and this. So it's going to give me the angle to be 60. Okay, so what else do I have to dimension? Okay, also I want to use angle dimension for this and this. So which is 60, which is right, based on what we have here. Okay, so what else do I have to dimension? Okay, angle, this is 30. All right, so with my dimension, I'm able to bring out this. So final step for me is to apply my gradient. So gradient, I'm going to choose any two colors of my choice. Let me pick this. Let me mix it with this. Then I can use my gradients. Okay. Okay, I'll just apply gradients this way. Okay, do I want to? Okay, so applying gradients, I want to change my color. Um, I want to change my color, something orange and okay, let me leave it at this. Let me leave it at this. So I'm going to accept that. So now you can see we're able to finalize with this drawing. So we have used different tools. We have used circle, construction line, array, fillet, trim, offset. We have also done layers, we've done dimension, and finally we've done gradients. So I hope you have learned one or two things on how to approach orthographic drawing. So if you're able to use your tools, if you don't know how to use your tools, look at the previous videos that we have to learn how to use your tools. If you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe, share with your friend, add your comments if you have any challenges. I'll be willing to help with that. Thank you so much.